Okay, if you are visiting Tokyo between late July and mid-August, congratulations. You are walking straight into one of the most electric things Japan has to offer, the Summer Matsuri. Think 20,000 fireworks over a river, 30,000 lanterns turning a shrine into a sea of gold, 10,000 dancers filling the streets of a neighborhood you have probably never heard of. Today, we are going to make sure you do not just witness these festivals, you experience them. Let me walk you through everything. So let me ask you something. If I said Tokyo Summer Festival, what comes to mind? Probably fireworks, right? Maybe some street food? But here is what most first-timers completely miss. The Matsuri is not just a spectacle you watch from the sidelines. It is something you are supposed to be inside of. Wearing the right clothes, eating the right things, moving with the crowd in a way that feels surprisingly natural. And today, I am going to show you exactly how to do that. The Matsuri is not a new invention for tourists. Imagine that. Over 1,000 years of the same community gathering, carrying the same sacred shrines, lighting the same kind of lanterns. The Sumida River Fireworks? It started in 1733. Mitama Matsuri? Rooted in Buddhist traditions of honoring the dead. These are not theme park recreations. These are living rituals, and you get to step into them. Pretty remarkable when you think about it that way. So here is the rough shape of any Matsuri night in Tokyo. You arrive early, much earlier than you think you need to. You explore the food stalls, you soak in the atmosphere. Then the main event kicks off. Fireworks, a parade, dancing. And then, and this is crucial, you exit smart. We will talk about that last step later because it is where most first-timers go wrong and end up stuck in a crowd for an hour. Stick with me. I've got a simple trick for it. Let's start with the biggest one, the Sumida River Fireworks Festival, Japan's oldest major fireworks event dating back to 1733. On July 25th, 2026, over 20,000 fireworks are launched from 2 sites along the Sumida River near Asakusa. Nearly 1 million people show up. Yeah, 1 million people. The display starts at 7 p.m. and runs until about 8:30. Now, with those numbers, planning is everything, and I mean everything. Free viewing spots along the riverbanks exist, but they disappear by late afternoon. Arrive by 5 p.m. to be safe. Now, if the Sumida fireworks feel a little overwhelming as a first festival, here is my personal recommendation for first-timers. Mitama Matsuri. July 13th to 16th at Yasukuni Shrine in central Tokyo. Over 30,000 paper lanterns are hung through the entire shrine complex, and the glow is honestly unlike anything I can describe. It looks like the place is lit from within. Traditional Bon Odori dancing happens every evening. Entry is free. And compared to the fireworks crowd, this one feels almost intimate. Imagine with me. You walk through a tunnel of golden light, the smell of incense, the sound of taiko drums. That is Mitama Matsuri. Here is your festival calendar for Tokyo Summer 2026. Mitama Matsuri kicks things off in mid-July. Then the Sumida fireworks on July 25th. Mark that date in your calendar right now if you have not. Late August brings the Koenji Awa Odori, 10,000 dancers through the streets of a local Tokyo neighborhood. And mid-August, the Fukagawa Hachiman Matsuri, a once every 3 years grand event where you might end up getting drenched with water as a blessing. More on that one in a moment. Fukagawa Hachiman Matsuri deserves its own spotlight for 2026 because this is a major year event. It only happens in its grandest form once every 3 years, and 2026 is that year. The highlight is the Mikoshi procession through the streets of Monzen Nakacho, near the Sumida River. Dozens of sacred portable shrines are carried on shoulders. And here is the part that surprises every first-timer. Bystanders throw buckets of water on the carriers as they pass. It is not rudeness, it is a ritual blessing. If you are standing near the procession, wear clothes you do not mind getting completely soaked. Okay, the question I get asked every single time. Should you, as a foreign visitor, wear a yukata to a Japanese festival? And my answer is always the same. Absolutely yes. A yukata is a lightweight summer kimono, completely normal festival wear for men, women, and children across Japan. Foreign visitors wearing yukata are genuinely welcomed. It is seen as appreciation, not imitation. So let me ask you, what is stopping you? Probably just not knowing where to start. Let me fix that. 2 ways to get a yukata for your festival night. Option 1. Rent for the day. The area around Nakamisedori in Asakusa has dozens of rental shops, and a full package, yukata, obi belt, geta sandals, runs about 3,000 to 5,000 yen. Many shops have English-speaking staff. Option 2. Buy one from a major retailer for about the same price. Great souvenir that you can wear again. Now, here is the rule you absolutely must remember. Left side over right, always. Right over left is only worn at funerals in Japan. And one practical note on those wooden geta sandals. They look incredible, but if your feet start screaming after 20 minutes, just switch to regular sandals. Comfort beats authenticity every time. Now we get to the part that might honestly be the best part of any Matsuri, the Yatai food stalls. These open-air stalls line every path, and the smells alone will make your decision for you. Let me walk you through the must-orders. Yakisoba, stir-fried noodles in a savory sauce, served in a paper tray. Takoyaki, octopus balls topped with mayo and bonito flakes that wave in the steam. And kakigori, shaved ice with matcha, strawberry, or condensed milk syrup. On a 35-degree Tokyo night, kakigori is not optional, it is survival. And pick up a ramune, that fizzy drink in the marble-stoppered bottle. Opening it is its own little ceremony. 3 things to know before you hit the Yatai. First, cash is non-negotiable. The vast majority of festival stalls don't accept credit cards or QR payments. Bring 3,000 to 5,000 yen in small bills before you arrive. Second, eat near the stall where you bought your food. Walking through a packed festival crowd while eating is considered poor form. You will notice that locals stop, eat, and then move on. Third, bring small change. Most items cost 300 to 800 yen, and exact change makes things smoother for everyone. Simple rules, but they make a big difference to how the night feels. Let me give you the single most important strategic advice for any Tokyo summer festival. Arrive much earlier than you think you need to. For the Sumida Fireworks, some locals claim their spot by 3 p.m. for a 7 p.m. show. For most other festivals, arriving 90 minutes early is the sweet spot. On the left side, early arrival. You get a good viewing spot, you browse the food stalls leisurely, you actually enjoy the atmosphere before the main event. On the right, arriving half an hour before. Spots are gone. Stalls are packed 3 deep. You are already stressed before the fireworks even start. Which one sounds better? I thought so. Now the exit. This is where the Sumida Fireworks can go from magical to miserable if you are not prepared. When the show ends, nearly 1 million people try to leave at the same time. Asakusa Station can have 30 to 60-minute waits just to enter the gates. So here are your 2 options. Option A. Walk 1 or 2 stations away from the main crowd to a quieter stop. You will be boarding a train while everyone else is still queuing. Option B, which is honestly my favorite, find a nearby izakaya and sit down for an hour. Have a beer, share a plate of edamame, let the crowds drain away. By the time you leave, the station will be completely normal. Bonus, you get to end the night with a great meal. One more thing I need to prepare you for: the heat. Late July and August in Tokyo regularly hits 33 to 36 degrees Celsius. That is 91 to 97 Fahrenheit, with humidity above 70%. Standing in a crowd under those conditions without preparation is genuinely dangerous. So, carry a folding uchiwa fan, available at every festival for a few hundred yen. Bring a water bottle from a convenience store before you arrive. Prices inside festivals are high. Wear light, moisture-wicking fabrics. And if you feel dizzy or overheated, step away from the crowd and find shade immediately. Japan's summer is beautiful. Just respect what it asks of your body. Matsuri are genuinely inclusive celebrations, and the rules are not complicated. But there are a few things that will mark you immediately as someone who gets it versus someone who doesn't. The most important? Never grab or touch a mikoshi. Those portable shrines contain a deity. They are sacred objects being carried in active ceremony. Even reaching out to touch one as it passes is considered deeply disrespectful. Ask before photographing individuals, especially children, and follow the crowd flow. Trying to push against hundreds of thousands of people moving in one direction is exhausting and pointless. Move with the current. Let the Matsuri carry you. I want to leave you with this thought before we wrap up. Everything about a Matsuri, the lanterns, the dancing, the food, the fireworks, is designed to be shared. The energy of 1 million people watching the same fireworks burst over the same river at the same moment is something you cannot experience alone or through a screen. If you approach the evening with enthusiasm, with respect, and with a genuine willingness to be swept up in it, you will fit right in. No Japanese language required, no insider knowledge needed. Just show up. That's really all it takes. All right, before we close, I want to know, which one would you go to first? The Sumida River Fireworks, the biggest, most iconic. Mitama Matsuri, 30,000 lanterns and bon odori dancing. Koenji Awa Odori, 10,000 dancers in a neighborhood festival. Or the once every 3 years Fukagawa Hachiman, where you might get soaked. Drop your answer in the comments. I genuinely want to know. And if you've already been to one of these festivals, tell me which one and what surprised you most. There you have it, your complete survival guide to Tokyo's summer festivals in 2026. Sumida River Fireworks on July 25th. Mitama Matsuri, July 13th to 16th. Koenji Awa Odori, August 22nd and 23rd. Fukagawa Hachiman in mid-August. Wear a yukata, bring cash, arrive early, and exit smart. The full article is linked below with everything we covered today, plus a map and timing details for each festival. If this video helped you, please subscribe. We publish new Japan travel guides every week, and I will see you in the next one. One quick note before we wrap up. All the illustrations you have seen in this video are AI generated. They are meant to capture the feeling of Tokyo's summer festivals, not be photorealistic copies of them. So when you visit, the real thing will look different, and that is part of the fun. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.